Our names are Alan and Pamela McAvoy. As you see, we're retirement age. After some exploratory trips to Uganda in East Africa in 2008 and 2009, we believe the Lord has called us back there to work in an impoverished rural area. We went over there, we had in mind a major project of building an education centre, but due to circumstances we haven't been able to start on that. But the Lord, meanwhile, has opened many doors of ministry in that area. And one of those areas is ministry in the local prison. One of the local pastors there has been doing ministry in the prison on and off for some years, and we joined with that pastor. That pastor does an evangelical message, and prisoners come forth to give their life to Christ. It's a tremendous work, but what we noticed was missing was teaching. So we decided that any further involvement for us in that prison ministry would be to do with teaching. And we were looking around for material to use. But when we went to Uganda, we took 30 sabre players with us. So using the sabre players and the Look, Listen and Learn series and the Good News was obvious material for us to use. So we experimented with that. We had recordings in the local language, Lusoga, and the prisoners really responded to hearing the gospel in their local language, spoken very, very well, together with the flashcards and the pictures. And on the first day we tried it, to experiment with it, you could hear a pin drop. There was about 150 prisoners. They were listening intently, and there were absolutely no problems. Afterwards, I was able to ask questions, get them through an interpreter, get them to feedback to make sure they understood the particular story that was being presented, and then we finished up with asking if what we can learn from that story to apply to our lives. And that worked so well that we continued on with that program, and we're working our way through Look, Listen and Live. And the prisoners are continuing to pay close attention. They respond really well. They love to see us come, and the material is working very well for us. We're very happy with the results and believe that the Lord is changing lives with this material. And have you got something to say, Pam? Or?
I'd just like to give a different perspective because I'm not up front. I sit at the side and I watch the faces of these mostly young men, about 150, sitting on the cement, listening quietly to what is being heard and looking at the pictures. And I am often in tears as I look at these men, and I can see the hope dawning in their eyes as they realise that there is hope for them, because these are people who've been thrown away. They're very poor. They've been accused of some crime which maybe they haven't committed, but they're here, and I tell them that they're fortunate to be here and hearing the gospel and being able to respond. I just almost can't believe the impact that these recordings are having on this group of men, and it's continuing. It's a turnover. There's a turnover, so there's many people hearing the gospel. So we are so grateful to GRN for having put this tool in our hand. People who are not trained to do this sort of work, but with this tool, God is using us and using that message, and we're just very grateful.